Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Now live at 5 o'clock, 3 teens under arrest for the brutal killing of a young Dearborn woman. The teens are 13, 14, and 17. I'll take you inside the investigation.
And it's in with the new, it's out with the old. A local landmark getting ready to move, and they're none too happy about it.
Breaking right now, new trouble at the top of the UAW. A senior official charged by the feds, and it couldn't come at a worse time.
All coming up. We're going to begin, though, with breaking news from Southwest Detroit, where things are now under control, we're told, after a leak at the Marathon Refinery. It created an oil vapor cloud over the area. Officials say the public was never in danger, but part of Schaefer near I-75 was shut down for much of the afternoon. The all clear was given about an hour ago. Marathon says it is monitoring the air nearby as a precaution. They are still trying to figure out exactly what caused the leak, and we will stay on it as well. Our other top story here at 5, 13 and 14-year-old boys under arrest, accused of killing a Dearborn woman during an armed robbery.
Saja Al-Janabi was shot Friday in front of her family's home near the intersection of Tyerman and Bingham. Let's get out to Sean Lay. And Sean, you found out what the key clue was to help break this case.
The key clue, indeed, we can show everyone. It's right on this page here. It's a blurry home security camera photo of this car leaving the scene of one of the incidents that took place here Friday. Police never stopped looking for the car. When they found it, it led them to these 3 teens, 13 years old, 14 years old, and 17 years old. I talked to the brother of Saja Al-Janabi right after we learned how young these suspects are. He's in shock tonight.
They're still heartbroken. They just want justice right now.
Ali Al-Janabi's dear sister was ripped from their family late Friday. She pulled up to the family home in Dearborn. The 29-year-old who worked as a waitress was shot to death during a robbery. Local 4 first breaking the news that 3 teens are now in custody. They are just 13, 14, and 17 years old. Saja would have considered the 3 to be just kids, not killers.
If they want to rob her, she will give them whatever they want. She will never expected somebody underage, which is 14 or 15, holding a gun, robbing multiple times, and then last incident happened over here.
The 3 were on a robbery spree. Sources say Saturday night Detroit police pursued them and they crashed. 2 teens were arrested.
Subjects in the car did try to attempt to run. Our officers were able to track them down.
Investigators then tracking the 14-year-old. He was wearing a court-ordered tether when they caught him. That places him, we're told, at the scene of the murder. He was arrested on Monday. The 3 are also suspects in this shooting at a Detroit gas station, caught on green light cameras at the end of August.
I hope they're not going to see their family anymore, and I'm praying something bad will happen to them in jail, to be honest with you, because they don't deserve to come out and live again.
This is the very spot back here live in Dearborn where Saja lost her life taken from her. The memorial remains. The heartbreak out here is heavy. Get this, guys. Dearborn's police chief says the 3 suspects committed 3 armed robberies in this very neighborhood in 13 minutes on Friday night. The last one happened right here, taking Saja's life. Charges now pending against all 3. That's the latest in Dearborn. Karen Devin, back to you.
Right in front of her family's home. Sean, let's talk about that 14-year-old. Now, you said he was on a tether, so did you find out exactly why he was on that tether?
He was on a tether for shoplifting here in Dearborn, added to a long criminal history, I am told by sources. Now, investigators, when they were after him, did not know he was on a tether until they caught him. But now they have the tether data, and that they can trace every move he made throughout this entire deadly process.
A long criminal history at 14. Thank you, Sean.
Well, now to breaking news tonight involving the UAW corruption scandal. A top official has been arrested, accused of embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars in union money. It's Vance Pearson, a member of the International Executive Board. He works out of Missouri. According to a federal criminal complaint, Pearson used UAW money, spending thousands on vacations, golf equipment, cigars, and liquor. He is the 10th person now charged in the UAW corruption investigation. In a statement, the UAW says while the allegations are concerning, they believe the government has misconstrued facts. But of course, the indictment comes at a really bad time as the strike deadline looms between General Motors and the UAW coming up this weekend. Murder investigation underway tonight after a man and woman are shot inside a home on Detroit's west side.
It's happening on Sorrento, right in the area of Schaefer and Puritan. Coco McAvoy is there live this evening. And Coco, policemen hours at that scene. Are they still there? I can see a car right behind you there.
Yes, Karen, that's right. Police are still out here on scene investigating. As you mentioned, they've been out here for hours trying to get to the bottom of what happened. Now, this has been a very active scene all day long. Several family members have come out here to the scene. Now, they did not want to go on camera, understandably, given what's happened here this afternoon. A gut-wrenching scene on Detroit's west side.
Approximately 12:30 this afternoon, we received a 911 call on 2 persons shot inside of a residence.
Family members devastated after hearing 2 people, a man and a woman, were shot and killed inside of a house on Sorrento.
Once officers got to the location, discovered an unknown male, unknown female inside of the residence. Right now, we do not have them identified. Everything is just strictly preliminary.
Police say the 2 were shot multiple times, and they were found today after someone went to the house to check on them. Detroit police immediately blocked off portions of the street and are spending hours investigating.
We really don't have a grasp on what we're dealing with just yet, and until we get the residence process, then we'll be able to start making some determining factors.
They've spoken with several family members on the scene, along with people who live in the neighborhood. They're combing through every inch of the house to get to the bottom of what happened. And again, police have not yet identified the victims. We'll, of course, let you know as soon as we learn more information. Reporting live this afternoon, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
Coco. Well, DTE says 16,000 customers are still without power after last night's storms.
And luckily, the rains held off for them to get the job done, but it's still pretty gloomy out there, Andrew.
That's right, but fortunately not as wet. No torrential downpours, no severe weather right now, nor for this evening, nor for tonight. So that is some good news for folks who are still trying to recover. Remember, if there are any down wires that are unaccounted for, you come across them, make sure you stay as far away as possible and call the authorities. If you're using a generator, keep that generator at least 20 feet away from your home outside. Now, we have calm conditions for now through the evening and tonight, but storms setting up to our west for tomorrow. Look at those low-hanging clouds covering the skyscrapers over downtown Detroit. Cool to mild out there with middle and upper 60s. We've got a baseball game underway. Temperatures will be in the low 70s and upper 60s over at Comerica Park. Cloudy, but dry. We'll talk more about those thunderstorms and some higher temperatures and your weekend forecast coming up.
Investigators believe a candle may have been responsible for starting a fire overnight in southwest Detroit. Fire broke out just before 2 a.m. on Whitaker near Spring Wells. The power was out at the time, and that's leading investigators to believe a candle may have started it. The fire is being ruled accidental thus far. 6 people, including a 2-year-old, had to be taken to the hospital, but thankfully it's expected they'll all be okay.
Every day, 1,000 riders go through the Detroit Greyhound bus station. But now the station's current location will soon face the wrecking ball. MDOT owns the building which houses the bus station and has a line of buyers, leaving Greyhound to try to find a new location. Let's get out to Rod Maloney. He's live tonight. And Rod, finding that new location is easier said than done, especially so close to the downtown core.
Well, knowing the real estate situation is going to be very tough. But, you know, the station is very centrally located. There's the lodge. You get off there. It's right on the edge of Corktown, which is what's causing the real estate situation. Then, of course, there's the TCF Center right over here. But here's the thing. The state is telling them they've got to hit the road by October 13th. Young Tatiana Kops came into Detroit today from Pittsburgh on the Greyhound bus to take a local auto supply job starting tomorrow.
If I wouldn't have been able to take the Greyhound here, then I don't know if I would have had that job.
Still, downtown Detroit's growing quickly. Just a block down, they're building a new hotel. The state says the station, built in the early 90s, is falling apart, would cost millions to fix, and has several suitors looking to buy the place and turn it into a hotel or lofts or even a parking garage. The city of Detroit has right of first refusal, but the mayor's office is uncertain whether it wants to buy. Now, Greyhound needs to be out by next month.
That's not very much of a notice for even us as consumers, customers. That's not very fair.
Fair or not, there are possibilities. So MDOT has plans. They're looking around the country at what they call multimodal transportation areas. So here we are on Woodward. There is the Amtrak track. The station is right up here in the shadow of the old GM headquarters. And in fact, this parking lot was purchased from General Motors. And the idea is to do a public-private partnership where they would have things like, they hope, the Q line, maybe Greyhound, city, and even county buses coming right out of here, fanning out into the area at the end of 2022. Tatiana hopes Greyhound ends up a little closer.
Someplace else in the city, not too far from downtown, though.
Well, to say this was a bolt out of the blue to Greyhound is an understatement. They're scrambling to try and figure out what to do. They're asking the state for some help, trying to figure out where they can go. They don't have a lot of time, and they need more room than they're offered up at the Amtrak station. Back to you.
Okay, so we do have the Rosa Parks station downtown, Rod. Could that help in any way?
It doesn't appear so. It doesn't look like the city, which owns that, wants to have Greyhound there. But more than that, you need to have a storage space. Behind us here, they put probably a dozen buses in a row. It looks almost like, like an airplane terminal back there. And there's a lot of room that's needed for this. And those are big buses, so they need a lot of room to be able to get them in. This is not going to be an easy fix. It's going to be a while before they can figure this one out.
A lot of people depend on that Greyhound bus station. All right, thank you, Rod.
Right down the street from us, we see how busy it is every day. Yeah. Much more ahead on this Thursday. Here's Sandra Ali.
They're tree trimming, welding, and fixing cars. What you see here is all happening behind bars while inmates are serving time. We're taking you inside this program in Jackson, Michigan, one of the first of its kind in the country, to show you how inmates here are getting ready for a second chance.
Also, a new day at the Hope House. Ahead here at 5, how a place that gives new hope to Detroit children is getting a lot better.
But first, a Detroit mother charged with making a deadly decision behind the wheel that left a child dead. That's next.